up, everybody, and welcome back. After a short break, I came back to my game, and we're finally ready to hop back into this. So I did start working on the spawner for the game, so we're going to see how that comes out. Go ahead and pull that up. As of right now, I only have the goblin spawning, which should be good. See, we're in the game. Alright. As you can see on the right-hand side here, we should have a goblin spawning. One. Oh, okay. Controller's messing up too. That's very interesting. But right now we have our goblins. They're running after us and they are spawning. So we can do this with numerous enemies. But for right now, we're just leaving it at that. But for this spawner to work, it's a pretty short script. I'll go open that up really quick. So we have a couple serialized fields. One is how fast you want the enemies to spawn. Second one is the list of enemies. So I do want to have some spawners spawning multiple enemies. Some will maybe just spawn the stronger enemies. But for right now, I have the list. You could just sum it down to just a simple enemy if you really wanted to. You would just have to change some stuff down here. But for me, I want my enemies to come at a list. And then I also have a boolean in case we do want to trigger this through something else that can turn the spawner on and off. Ideally, this would be for like the end game state. So, okay, you complete the level. Now turn all the spawners off and, count your score and then proceed to the next level. But as soon as this is running, we do have the coroutine started here to spawn the enemies. I have it picking up a variable. I did this like this in case I do want to change something later on with maybe some of the bigger bosses. You could simply just say, wait for new seconds. You don't have to feed in the spawn rate the way I did. Additionally, I just said as long as we can spawn, let's go ahead and wait however long the spawn rate is. We're going to grab, so this is also, it does randomize the enemies that it grabs. So if I have 3 or more enemies, it's going to start picking up, maybe it'll spawn the goblin one time, maybe it'll spawn the, orc boss, but it'll randomize as well since I do have it in a list. But all it's doing is just spawning the enemy, basic transform, and making sure he's rotated correctly. But just for example now, I have a goblin. Maybe I want, let me see, it might be easier to pull it into the project. Enemies, orcs. So maybe I want additionally shaman and I don't know, the war chief. And then for funsies, we'll throw in another warrior. So now I have a list of 4 enemies that can spawn, and I'll say we'll put this at like a 3. Let me see my character. Don't know why you're acting up. Fix your smoothness. I think I did 5. Back and spawn now. 4. Every 3 seconds, a new enemy should spawn. Minutes, but we're making good progress on this game so far. A lot of the essentials are already kind of made, but there we go. So 1 enemy spawns, right? Second enemy spawns. Third enemy, so see, now it's randomizing. So we have 2 shaman, there's the warlord, and we have a warrior. Alright, and we have another warlord, so it will cycle through them, but as of right now, we don't want like all of these. We want simple goblin. But that is the way I chose to make the spawner inside of my game. Thank you guys for tuning in. I think next week what we're probably going to focus on is just the levels, honestly. At this point, we have almost everything done for this game. The game controller, the player controller does need a little bit more work. But other than that, everything is good to go. But thank you guys so much. I will see you all in the next video. Peace.